Hi everybody, it's Miss Debbie again. Today I want to talk about a very special animal. But first, we need to sing our song. So let me get my auto harp. Okay, here it is. And if you could sing along with me and if you know the hand signs, go ahead and do it with me too, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Good job, guys. I hope you sang with me. Let me put my auto harp down because I have a very special animal I want to talk to you about. But first, I want to see if you can guess what it is. Let me give you some hints. This animal is very big, and he weighs a whole lot. And he has a great big long nose that he can move up and down and all around and use for things. Did you guess what it is? Did you say it's an elephant? Well, you're right if you did. Elephants are the biggest land animals on the earth. They can live to be about 70 years in the wild. Get to be about 13 feet tall, which is about twice the height of your dad. And they can weigh about 14,000 pounds. There's two different types of elephants. There's African elephants and there's Asian elephants. And the way to tell the difference is by the size of their ears. Let me show you a picture. And we can see if we can figure out what elephant is what. Now, Asian elephants' ears are smaller than the African elephants. So which one do you think is the African elephant? Which one has the bigger ears? You're right. The one on the top has the bigger ears. So the one on the top is the African elephant, and the one on the bottom is the Asian elephant. Very good. To be so big and strong, elephants need to eat a lot of food. They eat 12 to 18 hours a day. So most of their day is spent eating grasses and barks and fruits. And they sleep the rest of the time. So most of their time is spent eating and sleeping. Did you know that elephants, their eyesight's not that good? They don't see that well. But they have very good memories. Sometimes there's a saying that you have a memory like an elephant, and there's some truth to it. Elephants do have good memories. I always thought that elephants like to eat peanuts, but that's not true. Peanuts aren't good for them, and that's not one of their favorite foods. When I worked at the zoo, I found out that one of the elephants' favorite foods are bananas. I always thought monkeys were bananas, but elephants like bananas too. I have a story that I want to tell you guys about an elephant. And this story is called A Just So Story by Rudyard Kipling. And it's titled The Elephant Child, or How the Elephant Got His Long Nose. Long time ago, when the earth was new, elephants lived, but they looked a lot different than they look now. They just had little noses, little budgy noses that only could move back and forth. That's all they could do with them. Well, there lived an elephant child back then who was very curious. He asked questions all the time. He asked so many questions that the other animals were so tired of answering questions with him. They just knew that when they would see him, he would have a question for them. One day, the little elephant was walking along, and he came across his friend, the, what's this? Parrot, a parrot. And he walked up to Mr. Parrot. He said, Mr. Parrot, why are your feathers just so? Well, Mr. Parrot was not in any mood to answer any more questions, and he said, you ask too many questions. Stop asking questions. And off he flew. Well, that didn't stop the little elephant child. Little elephant child kept going until he noticed in the distance another friend of his. It was his friend, what is this? The giraffe. And he walked up to the giraffe. He said, hi, Mr. Giraffe. Why are you so spotty? Mr. Giraffe was busy eating, and he didn't have time to answer questions from a little elephant child. So he said, you ask too many questions. Stop asking so many questions. And off he went to finish his lunch. But did that stop the little elephant child? No. He kept on walking. He was walking, and he came across his friend, the hippo. Now, Hippo was napping, and elephant child woke him up. And elephant child went up and said, Mr. Hippo, could you tell me why your eyes are so tiny? Well, Mr. Hippo was in no mood to answer questions. He was still sleepy. And he looked at little elephant child and he said, you ask too many questions. Stop asking questions all day long and let me get back to my nap. And Mr. Hippo went back to his nap. Now, do you think that stopped little elephant child? You're right, it didn't. He kept on going, and he heard in the distance some noises. And he went up to there, and he saw a colo-colo bird. Now, I never heard of a colo-colo bird before, so I had to look it up. So let me show you a picture. This is what a real colo-colo bird looks like. He's kind of pretty, isn't he? And this is the best I could do. So this is our colo-colo bird. Okay. Well, Mr. Elephant Child was very curious, and he went up to Mr. Colo-Colo Bird, and he said, Mr. Colo-Colo Bird, do you know what crocodiles eat for dinner? Mr. Colo-Colo Bird looked at Elephant Child, and he said, I have no idea what they eat for dinner. Why don't you go and ask a crocodile? Well, Elephant Child thought that was a wonderful idea, and Mr. Colo-Colo Bird flew off. Well, it was getting late in the day, so Mr. Elephant Child decided that this was probably something to do for the next day. So he went to bed, and in the morning, he decided to go down to the river to find a crocodile. Mr. Elephant Child had never seen a crocodile before. He had no idea what the crocodile would look like. So he walked on, and he walked down to the river until he came and saw the water. But he looked all around, and there he saw nothing. He saw a log that he jumped on so he could get a better view, and he looked around until that log started to move, and that log started to shake, and the elephant child went, oh, and he jumped off. And he said, oh, you're not a log, you're an animal. And he looked at that animal and he said, excuse me, but could you tell me what crocodiles eat for dinner? Well, that animal opened his mouth and said, I am a crocodile. And if you want to know what I eat for dinner, come a little closer and I'll whisper it to you. Now, do you think that's a good idea for Elephant Child to come closer to the crocodile? Elephant Child thought it was okay, so he got closer, and he got closer, and Crocodile opened his jaws and plunk! He grabbed the elephant child's nose, and he started pulling, and Elephant Child pulled the other way, and he pulled more, and they pulled more, and they pulled more and finally, Crocodile let go. But Elephant Child's nose did not look the same. They had pulled it and pulled it so much that look how big it got. No matter what Elephant tried to do, he could not get his nose to get little again. So he walked home, wondering, what am I going to tell the other elephants? But when he got home, the other elephants saw him, and they thought, I wonder what happened. But then they noticed little Elephant Child reaching up to the trees and getting fruit from the way tall branches that they couldn't reach, or not having to bend down as far to get the grass off the ground and then to be able to eat that. They could get long drinks of water without having to get down low. And those pesky bugs, he could use his trunk to get rid of those bugs that were flying all around him. The other elephants thought, hey, this is a good thing. I think I want a long nose too. So little Elephant Child told him about the crocodile down at the river. And all the elephants, one by one, went down to the river to see the crocodile so that they could get their new noses too. Now, that's the story about how the elephant got his long nose. I have a rhyme that I'd like you to do with me, but I need you to stand up, okay? Here we go. It goes like this. An elephant goes like this and that. Stamp your feet and swing your trunks, okay? He's terribly big and he's terribly fat. He has no fingers. Show your fingers wiggling. And he has no toes. Can you wiggle your toes? Wiggle, 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 wiggle. But, oh my goodness, what a nose. Make a nose and go. Make an elephant sound. Ready? Here we go. Can we try that again? Okay, stand up tall. You're an elephant. You ready? Here we go. An elephant goes like this and that. Swing your trunk. Stomp your feet. He's terribly big. Reach up high. And he's terribly fat. He has no fingers. And he has no toes. But, oh my goodness, what a nose. Make your elephant trunk. Here we go. Did you make an elephant sound? Good job. I want to tell you a story, and it's called The 6 Blind Men and the Elephant. The zoo had just gotten a new animal, and 6 friends who happened to be blind where they can't see wanted to go down to the zoo to touch the new animal. Well, they all went, and they all got a chance to pet the new animal. Later that day, they were having dinner with a friend. And when the friend asked them, well, tell me about this new animal, they all took turns telling them what they felt. The first man said, it is smooth and big, like a wall. The second man said, no, no, no. It's round and tall like tree trunks. The third man said, I don't know what you guys were feeling, but it's wide and thin like a fan. The fourth man said, I think it feels like a rope. The fifth man said, no, 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 it's long and pipe-like, like a snake. And the last man said, I don't know what you were feeling or what you think it is, but it's long and sharp and pointy like a spear. Oh, the blind man's friend was so confused. What in the world is this new animal? I better go and see it for myself. So So off he went down to the zoo to check out what this new animal could be. When he got there and saw the new animal, he started laughing because he realized what had happened. He saw that the man who felt the tall, smooth part that he thought was a wall was really the side of the elephant. And the man who thought there were tree trunks, it was the elephant's legs he felt. The man who thought it was wide and thin felt the elephant's, what's this, you think? Ear. He felt the elephant's ear. The man who thought it felt like a rope was feeling the elephant's, what's that part? Tail. Well, the man who thought it felt like a snake was feeling the elephant's trunk. And the man who thought it was sharp and pointy like a spear thought it was really the elephant's tusks. And they are sharp and pointy. Well, the man went back to his friends and he explained that all the pieces together that they felt make up an elephant. They had just only felt one part of the animal. So, the 6 blind men realized that even though you think you know what something is like from what you experience, that it's good to also hear what other people's experiences are to help you get a clearer picture of how things really are. That's one interesting looking elephant though, isn't it? Yeah. But they all thought they knew what it was. They needed to hear everybody's opinion, didn't they? Yeah, I have a rhyme I'd like you to do with me. Okay? It's pretty easy, so you can follow along. Here we go. One elephant in the bathtub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splish, splash, come on in. Did you get it? We're going to swim. We're going to knock, knock, and we're going to hit our knees and go splish, splash. Okay, let's do it now. Now we'll have 2. You ready? Here we go. 2 elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splish, splash, come on in. All right, now we have 3. 3 elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splish, splash, come on in. All right. Oh my goodness, look at all those elephants. Now we have 4. Let's see. Yep, there's 4. 4 elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splish, splash, come on in. Uh-oh. You think we could pull one more? Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, here we go. 5 elephants in the bathtub going for a swim. Knock, knock, splish, splash, and they all fell. Yeah, I think the tub's even going. Just too many elephants. Oh well. We tried. We've been talking about elephants today. And if you'd like to make your own elephants to play with, I have some ideas for you. We'll post the websites for you to go to print out what you need. But let me show you a few. This is an elephant finger puppet. If you have a color printer, you can print it out, or you can print it back black and white and do that. And you cut it out and you just glue it. You glue the tusks on. And you slip it on your fingers. And it also gives you things for the legs to slip on. Then you can make your elephant walk. And you can play with him that way. We'll post that link for you to go to if you'd like to try that. We also will post a link where you can make your fingers be the legs of the elephant. And you can print that out and you can color him. And you can make your own elephant and you can make him walk and dance and play. Let's see. I also have one that I've taken a bag and I found the pattern for the face and the mouth to make a puppet of an elephant. Put your hand in the bag and then you can make it go up and down and say, "Hello, I'm little child elephant. And I'd like to play with you." So you can make a puppet that way. And I have one more to show you, which I think might be my favorite. What's missing from this elephant? He looks awful strange. Well, if you have any of these left over from parties, you make the elephant, you can color and decorate him. I didn't do that. And you cut a little slit there, and you put that right in the middle to be his trunk, and you go. And you can have fun with an elephant. I hope you had fun today. I had fun telling you stories and learning about elephants. But before we go, we need to sing our song. So let me get my auto heart. All right. Are you ready? Okay. Here we go. The more we get together, good job, guys. Thanks for joining me today. I hope to see you real soon. Bye.